I thought I'd do an update on the coronavirus and the panic buying here in Australia with regards to empty shelves that we're seeing on the news, on Facebook, on all the feeds. All this panic buying, there's nothing left. It's not the panic buying that's emptying these shelves, it's the distribution of the goods to stock the shelves. Now, I don't know whether Woolworths and Coles just aren't putting their orders in, or whether the people they're putting their orders into aren't meeting up with demand and they don't want to put on extra staff, so they're just leaving it like, well, who cares? We'll supply who we can and we won't who we can't, because we watched on the news the toilet paper mob, where they have a warehouse full of toilet paper. It's mega full, but yet I spoke to an elderly gentleman down here at Woolworths today, and he came out and said there's no toilet paper, and that was at 9 o'clock this morning. I said, what, did everyone buy it when they went in? He goes, no, there was none when you walked in. So if there's no toilet paper when you walk into a shop, when it first opened, I'm just kind of playing around here. Maybe the night staff are taking all the toilet paper home, or maybe the manager's taking all the toilet paper home. Like, you'd be taking home palletfuls, but maybe, I don't know, but someone's taken the toilet paper before it's even opening of the shop. So it either has to be the staff or it's not being delivered. Now, I'd probably go with the second one of those two factors, that it's probably not being delivered. Now, there's a problem with our distribution in every aspect of our shopping centres today, is that the distribution clearly is not keeping up with demand. So that is an outright clear flaw in the whole government scenario as to how to maintain yourself if we go down to lockdown in the near future. So if you can't distribute what you require the public to have to shut them down for 2 weeks, then how can you expect people to shut down for 2 weeks? It's ridiculous. You've got people who are panic buying, who are overstocking, like buying 6 months worth of toilet paper. I don't know, the flu, the coronavirus is a style of flu, so if it's a virus of a flu sort of technology, then you would assume that it's not a gastro technology. And if you can go through half a pallet of toilet paper in 2 weeks, well, you're doing damn better than I am. But, and the meat stocks aren't being supplied to the shops either. Now, Coles and Woolworths have got rid of their butchers. They don't have butchers anymore. What they have is pre-packed direct from the mill. So the abattoirs wrap it and stock it and send it, and Woolworths and Coles now just basically put it out on the shelf. So the meat work clearly isn't keeping up with demand. The transport's not keeping up with demand, and then we're left here blaming panic buyers for empty shelves. Well, if they kept up with demand, then there wouldn't be empty shelves and there would be no panic buying. But unfortunately, this is not happening. So you would need to question what's happened with the transport, what's happening with the distribution, because if the trucks and the trains can't keep up with the market demand, then maybe the government needs to be looking at market demand and making these transport options available, or finding a solution to upping the manufacturing or opening up the stocks that are sitting in the cold rooms of these manufacturers, and finding a way to get it out to the public. Whether that means utilising army trucks or whatever, I don't care what they use. Put the stuff on a truck, put the stuff on a train and get it out. The order's apparently in, unless of course Coles and Woolworths aren't ordering the stuff to the limits that they need to order, because they don't want to be left overstocked when the panic buying stops. Who knows? But maybe someone needs to be looking into that, because I know for certain down my local Woolworths there was no panic buying this morning, and there was no toilet paper, and there was hardly any meat. So it's something to be looking into. Just think about it. Have a good day. Like and share my page. There's going to be a lot more coming.